Okay, so I just want to share something really quick. I'm at work right now, but I'm by myself. So I've come across this term of everyone has all my life, and it's called common sense. Now, let me tell you something. Common sense is not common. That's not a funny, cool cliche. It's not a joke. That's not like, oh, ha, ha, he's so clever. Common sense is not common. That is not something that everyone has. Because, like, what's common for me is not common to you. You know what I mean? That can go for a number of things, especially how I grew up, or where I was raised, or how I was raised, or you know what I mean, when I was raised. Literally, when, where, what is it, what, how, all of those. It's completely different, even from somebody in my family. Like, wouldn't be too far. It might be common to the family, but it's not common. You know what I mean? It's not like, cause see, my household is not going to do the same thing as my next door neighbor. Now, if I'm in the city, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're all, like, the social norms that go on in each culture or each city or whatever the case it may be, that may, or, but not really, because it still will change from person to person. Like, for instance, if I'm using the end of the Hershey syrup bottle for some chocolate milk and it's no more in there, I can just pour some milk in there, shake it up, and use the rest of it like that way. That may not be common for somebody, or at the end of the day, it may not even be worth it. I don't really need those extra little droplets to get a milk down freaking chocolate milk. Now I just got some milk that has a little bit of chocolate in it. You know what I mean? It may not be worth it, and it may not even be common. It's not common. You know what I mean? It's not common sense. In my class that I was taking, I'm a professor, I forget her name, but she's very intelligent to me. And I can tell somebody's intelligent by how fast they talk and how much they think you are picking up, and really you have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. But they just like assume that you know. But anyway, it really just wasn't like common. Basically, what she was saying, like, common sense is just not common because it doesn't exist. Common sense doesn't exist because even if I worked even the job that I have, how you handle a situation may be common sense for you, but it's not common sense for me. I would have handled it completely differently. Neither yours or mine is wrong. Maybe yours is much faster than mine is. Maybe yours is more efficient. Maybe yours is whatever the case may be, but it may not be common. I can still get to point A from point B, from the point B from point A. Just how we do it. It's just completely different. So, yeah, some people. So basically, why I'm bringing this up because like I was in my what do you call it? What is the class called? I was in my 80 not 80 class. What do you call it? Chemical Dependency Counseling Assistant, CDCA. I was getting my phase 2. Yay me! And she was talking about, like, we were talking about, alcohol addiction and how you would fix it, or how you not fix it, how you would help them cope with it, how you help them deal with it. And she was like, oh yeah, common sense will tell you not to go into the same situations that you were in before. I mean, well, no, like, for instance, if you're like a recovering alcoholic, you want to stay away from people who are drinking still, or who are going to introduce you back to drinking. And she said common sense will tell you to stay away from them. And no, not necessarily, because to me, common sense will tell me to go back to them, because that's what I know, that's what I'm familiar with, that's how I got along. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's common to me. What's common to me is being around people who drink. What's common to me being around people who smoke. What's common to me is being around people where I'm comfortable. I was comfortable drinking. I just got into a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, that may not be. I mean, yes, I'm trying a whole new different life, and if I want to stay out of trouble, I need to take steps to stay out of trouble, because that's not common to me. Staying out of trouble is not common to me. I'm always in trouble, or I'm always trying to stay out of trouble by drinking. You know what I'm saying? Staying at home, drinking by myself. You know what I'm saying? Well, now I have a new way of thinking that I need to adapt to. So, common is not really common for me. What's common is me drinking. That's what's common. That's what everybody knows me for. That's what I'm known as. That's what I'm famous for, is drinking. That's common. So common sense is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Common sense doesn't exist. So when you're trying to help somebody, hitting them with, oh yeah, use your common sense. I did use my common sense, and it was wrong. I used my common sense to figure out the situation. I used my common sense to get this answer. I used my common sense, and it was wrong. So why don't you help me what you think is best? Or why don't you show me what you think is best? Why don't you tell me what you think? Because clearly I don't know. Clearly I'm not familiar with this problem. Clearly I'm not familiar with this situation. I didn't grow up the way you did. I'm not presented with this problem the way you were. You know what I'm saying? Context clues, sure. We can go with that. Context clues are well, maybe that might help. But maybe the context clues are just not clicking for me. I mean, I don't understand why people always try to make someone out to be stupid. I feel like that's what it is personally. People are always trying to be smarter than somebody else, or people are always trying to make someone seem like, oh yeah, so you don't know nothing, especially when it's like a black person trying to help a white person. So like if a white person doesn't know how to do something efficiently or more quick, you know what I'm saying? Or, or just what they think is smarter. They want to say, yeah, I say you don't know. And then it's like, now it's like this whole big thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, because she grew up all privileged in the suburban or whatever, or he had everything handed to him, so you don't know how to handle, typical situations or common type situations. No, they don't. Or no, he doesn't. No, she doesn't. And just like you wouldn't know how to handle this type of situation in his world. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why we're trying to see who's smarter and who's not. Because clearly it's not about that. I'm just not familiar with this situation. I'm ignorant to this whole thing. So why don't you educate me? If you know something, why don't you teach me? Because what shows your intelligence is how well you can relay the information to me. And then now it's up to me to comprehend what you're saying. So I don't know. It just bugs me when people say common sense. But here comes a guess. Thank you for watching.